So there's a lot of like overlap here with these kind of things with like skeet shooting and stuff like that. But the visual side of shooting it's huge. And when you stop trying to track the sight so much, you stop trying to have everything perfect, you accept some of the wobble, you accept some of the recoil, you let things happen instead of trying to fucking control every little thing. Like you're fucking strangling the puppy, okay? Just let it happen. Let things go. Really
watch his breath.
Take the times and so, the only thing that I'm not pumped on with what you're doing is it's moving you a little bit.
Okay.
Your body, right? So you're kind of just standing there. I would get into a little bit better, maybe drop that 1 foot back.
Yep.
And then we want to, all day I want you to be thinking about how can I loosen my elbows a little bit more. Your left wrist is where everybody thinks all the recoil control comes from. Okay? Everybody kind of talks about leaving the right hand kind of loose and all this stuff, and the left one just being a vice, being locked down, right? I don't really agree with that. So my right wrist is the one that's dead freaking behind the fucking gun. My right wrist is the one that's got the best possible grip on this thing. It's right behind it. I mean, it's behind the son of a bitch. Like I have a hold of it with my right wrist. So if I can lock my right wrist, then I can get a fucking flat gun. Like that lock of that right wrist is more important than the lock of the left wrist. And the only reason I say that is because the right wrist is harder to lock. Because when you're trying to lock your right wrist, you get all gooned out and you can't squeeze the trigger and shit. So it's a more difficult task. It's a more difficult physical thing to lock your right wrist and let your fingers loose. Like how fucking hard is that? Your body don't want to work that way. But if you can figure it out and start to feel it and start to always think, I want my right wrist more solid. I want my right wrist more solid. Your one left wrist being solid and your right wrist being soft, that's where you get all this weird recoil from. If both of them are solid, we let the elbows go, now I get vertical recoil. See what I'm saying? We're trying to make shit symmetrical. We're trying to symmetricalize all of your stuff so that you get that vertical recoil path. And then everything starts to get center lined, and all of a sudden, as you're shooting practically or fast or whatever defensive situation, everything's in a center line. You're just going to gain more and more and more confidence in your abilities. And humans are vertical. They're not horizontal. So if I'm going to miss, I'd rather miss vertically than miss horizontally and fucking miss. Whack, whack. Okay? And also, I want you to react to the color of your sight. We are at 5 yards with big pieces of cardboard in front of us. We're not splitting hairs here. We're not shooting fucking bullseyes. I want you to come up, do that deceleration draw. Again, I'm not worried about your draw time, but I don't want to see this. Bang, bang. And you sit out there and wait and get a perfect sight picture and then whack the trigger twice. I want you to come up, bang, bang. As soon as that thing gets out there to the extension, react to the color of the sight inside of the acceptable accuracy zone and bang, bang. Okay? That's how we're going to build the build reel up slowly. So at your own speed, just kind of go, but I want to see this part. Bang. See that being quick, just like you just did it. You guys can spread out a little bit if you want. You can move the targets a little bit, covering each other. Face being flat, really keeping your face flat is going to start to solve some of those issues. I see you hunting a little bit.
Okay, yes.
Right? And when you're hunting, instead of bringing the gun up,
yeah,
you crane trying to find.
Very good. Thank you.
And I think that's part of the pushing.
Okay.
Your head's going forward. Your weight's balanced more. The gun pushes you back, then you push the head forward again. So it might be all in your actual head moving around and not necessarily what you're doing, because you can obviously control recoil really well, right?
Yeah.
So it's like this, there's something real fucking small, and I bet you it's your head.
Okay.